Welcome into the BSN Avalanche weekly breakdown presented by Piper Electric. Are you in need of an electrician and don't know who to trust? Well, Piper Electric should be your first call. They're fairly priced, trustworthy, dependable, and have been your hometown electrician for over 35 years. If you use the promo code BSN, you will get $25 off your next service call. I'm Allie Monroy, and with me today is Adrian Dater. After beating the Edmonton Oilers 6-2 at the Pepsi Center Tuesday night, the Colorado Avalanche are now 4 points ahead of the Arizona Coyotes for that second wildcard spot in the West. The team needs just one more point in these last two games of the regular season to secure themselves a playoff spot. Dater, did you see this coming?
No.
Yeah.
Nope. They looked dead in the water about 3 weeks ago. They lost that game to Anaheim, remember? It was on an afternoon game. They put them about 6-7 points back. It was like, it's over. But it wasn't over. The Avalanche had enough time to sort of right the ship a little bit. They got, not only did they win their games, kind of started with a win over New Jersey at home. Remember that shutout win? And then they got some help from other teams. The biggest thing that I think happened was Arizona Coyotes went on the road and lost 5 in a row, and that was big, and they won their games too. So here we are. I mean, a 4-point lead with two games to go. It's almost against all odds from 3 weeks ago that this happened, but that's hockey for you. They deserve a ton of credit for what they've done. They've proven that they're not a bunch of quitters. They kept on working. Their words were not hollow, and they said they were going to keep fighting.
Injuries.
Perseverance, all that good stuff. And here they are. They're right on the cusp of the playoffs. Well,
Semyon Varlamov played his first game in a while Tuesday night, and he looked solid, but it might have actually been his last game as an Av. What's going on with that situation, Dater?
Well, you know what? He's not the number one goalie anymore.
Yep.
Philip Grubauer is the number one goalie. So he's going to get the start against Winnipeg. If the Avs have to win that game in San Jose, or that game is in any way connected to them making the playoffs, then I assume Grubauer is going to start again, and then the playoffs would start. And the number one goalies play until they're hurt in the playoffs, or they have a terrible game or something. So Varley's got he's an unrestricted free agent. Doesn't have a contract for next year. I had heard recently that the Avs did make him an offer to come back, but he didn't sign it. So there's going to be some interesting stuff there probably coming down the pike. Varley doesn't want to be a backup. He doesn't think he's backup status anymore. But it's at the end of the year. You got a red hot goalie. Those are the breaks. He's been in the opposite position before too. So if he went out the other night, at least he went out a winner. He had a bit of a rough first period at the start, but he made the saves after that, and he's a valued member of the team still. He'll be on the bench, and you never know when he's going to be called upon to play when need arises. So it's to be determined, but it could have been his last game.
Dater, if the Avs do make the playoffs, what team are you expecting to see them play in the first round?
Well, mathematically, the most by far biggest chance is the Calgary Flames. They are number one in the West, so they've got that seed wrapped up. Avalanche would have to win their final two games, and Dallas Stars have to lose their final two games in regulation for them to jump up into that first wild card spot. So, it could happen. There's only 2 games, but odds are Dallas is going to find a way to probably get a point in these last 2 games. Avs do have 2 tough games, including that final one in San Jose, a place where they've never played very well. So, most likely the Calgary Flames. They've never played the Flames before in the playoffs, interestingly enough. They've been a long-time division rival and other divisions before, kind of in between. But, never played them. So, it's going to be fun if it happens. It's nothing like playing a Canadian team in the playoffs. It's very, it's a religion up there. Going to see some players we're going to hate around here if they play in the playoffs. Matthew Tkachuk of the Calgary Flames will be a first name basis here. He's a guy you want to hate. So until that happens, though, still got one more point to get. But could be talking from Calgary next week. mind-boggling.
Well, it's going to be an interesting 2 last games of the regular season, so be sure to catch all of our coverage on bsndenver.com. For Adrian Dater, I'm Allie Monroy, BSN Denver. From residential, commercial to industrial, Piper Electric can handle all of your electrical needs. Call today and use promo code BSN to get $25 off your next service call. That's 303-647-6765 or go to piperelectric.com.